Welcome to Santaroga Surplus. We're going to do a really quick section on available weapons that have available ammunition. This is an SKS. This is a Chinese SKS. Currently, these are available for about $350, $360, $400 if you're not finding the right sale or if you want hand select. They are wonderful weapons. They are gas-operated, semi-automatic, fed with stripper clips or individual rounds. Box magazine. You can see various people online shoot these, clean these, disassemble them. They are fantastic weapons, right? Let me sit down and put I can't really put my face in the video right now. I will go through a video showing proper cleaning, care, maintenance, cycle of operation, and why you need to clean your bolt. In the meantime, remember that there are plenty of online resources for how to properly maintain and care for an SKS. The one thing that you want to remember with the SKS is that you do not want to bubba it. You do not want to mess with the military perfection of what it is. They adding magazines to them, nothing ever works right. They're military firearms designed to work in a military fashion. You can still get ammunition for them. 7.62x39 is still available. The main thing about the SKS is that it is also legal in almost every state in some configuration. You may have to remove the bayonet. Next up, we're going to talk about 9mm Makarov 9x18. This is still available. You can get at J&G sales as I record this video. You can get a 900 round case for about $200, which is better than any centerfire ammo price that you've got anywhere going right now. This is it. This is the best prices. I have two firearms to show you. There is the classic actual Makarov PM pistol. I do not own one of those. I don't actually care for them very much. This is the model P64. It's Polish. It's small, about the size of a Walther PPKS. Not quite the size of a Walther PP, but or a proper PPK, but pretty close. They do not bear any functional similarities internally, but they do have some external similarities. People say that this is based on the Walther. It's really not. I've taken both of them apart completely, and they're very different. This is a blowback operated pistol. It is small. It is extraordinarily thin. It is very easy to conceal. This is the Glock 43 of the Soviet era Warsaw Pact world. It kicks like a mule, but it is not too intolerable once you master your grip. Get your grip. It is fine. I find that the way the slide is cut and the moderate beaver tail, I do not ever have any problems with slide bite the way I do with most Czechoslovakian 32 caliber pistols. Don't tend to have a problem shooting this. The sights are very small, but they are actually very precise. This is the first handgun that I started using to do stupid range tricks like taking a pocket pistol and making 75-yard shots on 2-liter bottles, which I can do about 3 out of 5 times, slow fire. Pretty good for a tiny-ass little gun. Magazine capacity is 6. Heel magazine release, +1. You can safely carry the +1, and I'll show you why. 6 + 1 doesn't sound very good. It sounds really awful, and why would you ever buy this? But people buy Glock 43s and other pocket pistols that have similar round counts. The only problem with this is there is no such thing as a +2 base plate, unfortunately. The round is more powerful than a 380 in stock loading, so this does kick a little bit more. It has a very heavy slide mass, which is actually good, but it does mean that you get a lot of muzzle rise at the end of the travel. It is a single action, double action with a decocking safety on the slide, just like a Walther. That's one of the visual similarities. You cock it, it's ready to go. You safe it. The hammer decocks perfectly safe. I can show you the mechanism inside. Put it back on fire, okay? And you're ready to go. You can safely carry it. It has a hammer block. The hammer cannot touch the firing pin unless the trigger is actively depressed. Fantastic gun for the size and the weight. I thought they were a fantastic deal at $200. Right now they're closer to $300, and they're still a pretty good deal if you want something that is well under an inch thick, has a punch, and is pocketable. This is probably the best Soviet pocket pistol, because everything else that's actually the small is in 32. Alright, the double action trigger pull is obnoxious. Just gonna be quite blunt about that. The single action pull tends to be in that 3 pound range. It's really not bad. Most of the time you've got a little bit of creep and it's just fine. Often, most of the time, your trigger reset. Bang, there. It's not bad. It's tactile. It's not too far. Fantastic pistol at $200. Probably still a good pistol at $300. And ammunition is under 25 cents a round if you want to practice. It's not a girly gun. Alright, it kicks. And the double action trigger pull is considered obnoxious. But, you know, I shoot it very well. I have no problems with it. I carried it as a primary farm gun for many years. And then, probably the best pistol available right now in an off caliber is the CZ82. Despite this being a 1982 model pistol, it is listed as a CNR, Curio and Relic weapon, so it is easy to obtain if you have an 03 FFL, which is very important to some people in some states, because there are states like California where you wouldn't be able to buy this pistol except if you have a collector's license. Key elements about this pistol: double stack magazine, 12 rounds plus 1 is 13. Very important, double stack magazine. Very modern style of grip. Okay, this is a modern handgun, double action, single action. It has standard CZ dovetail and pin for these sights. You can buy replacement sights for this, or the identical 380 caliber CZ83. Very good. It is an enameled finish, not a blued finish, so whatever you find on the surplus market is probably going to be beat to shit in terms of the finish. Don't worry about it, it runs. Safety will not go on when the hammer is not cocked. That's a European thing, I don't know how you feel about that. Safety works just fine. Ambidextrous safety, fantastic. Hammer block safety, so manually decocking is very simple. You know, it can't. The hammer can't actually get to the firing pin unless the trigger is depressed. Very good sight picture. Most of them, the tritium or glow or whatever, is worn off because they're military pistols, but they're easy modern pistol sights. Big fat pistol sights. Very nice gun. It is a blowback operation, so it is going to be snappier than most of your service 9mm size firearms. However, you've got 13 rounds of what amounts to 380 plus P, or weaker 9mm. The ammunition is available, again, less than 25 cents per round. It's probably the cheapest centerfire usable military / defensive ammo available right now anywhere on the market. These are a fantastic pistol. They are CZs. They are a little complicated inside. If you want to tinker with them, be aware of that. Takedown is just like everything else. You know, you pop this down, slide back. I forget. Magazine out. That's right. Over the top. I've been doing the other pistols so much. The main advantage is that this actually pops and clicks into place, so you don't have to hold it or balance it. Blowback pistol. Really nice. I really enjoy these. I find them to be really nice. Yeah, they are polygonal rifling, so you can't see the rifling, so don't be scared if you notice that on your first purchase. Fantastic gun. These are still running, last I checked, in that 320 to 350 range, and it's really not bad for a fully functioning modern style handgun. Okay? fantastic thing. 9mm Makarov currently is probably just the best deal going. Now, I don't usually have loaded magazines on the table. In this case, I have one, which I will put away after I show you the ammunition. That is 7.62 by 25. It is Tokarev ammunition. This is a Tokarev style pistol. I will show you an actual Tokarev pistol over here. It is roughly similar in case to a 9mm, but it is neck down longer and has a 30 caliber bullet in it. Very high velocity. Some people consider them to be armor piercing, but that only applies if you have like armor that's rated for like 22-380, not level 3A armor or anything. They do a good job. It's a full power service pistol round. This is every bit equivalent to 9mm plus P, 45 ACP, standard loads, whatever. This is it. The round is fantastic. No power issues, no underpower issues. You can get it for about 34 cents a round in modern production brass reloadable cases. I highly recommend that you get reloadable brass cases because the brass is worth anywhere from 10 to 20 cents a round to people who are reloading this caliber. It's also an easy caliber to reload. Now, the pistols themselves come in a couple of different varieties. We have two of the Yugoslavian and one Romanian. The Romanian is called a TTC, literally Tokarev, okay? And this one, I have removed the import safety. They put a safety on these when you to make them legal for import. I have removed it on this one. The reason is because the way you operate this firearm is with a half-cock. They are designed without a manual safety, like a Glock, but they have a half-cock. You carry it with a loaded chamber at half-cock. 8 plus 1 is 9. You come to full cock, and then you pull the trigger. Full cock, pull the trigger. All right, carry it half-cock. The safeties for import are dodgy at best and unsafe at worst, and while I cannot recommend that anyone do anything to modify their handgun, I remove the safeties. I would normally plug this in with some weld or something. I haven't gotten around to it on this one yet. The shorter grip is the standard Tokarev, and those are going to be all of the Polish, Romanian, Russian, the standard stuff. Everything except Yugoslavian, which we will talk about here in just one moment. It's basically a 1911 simplified and stripped of all the fun bits like grip safeties and manual safeties. You know, it has a bushing on the front, barrel comes out, very easy to disassemble. To disassemble, slide, lock the slide back, pull this. There's a spring clip here. You pull that back, usually use a screwdriver. Then you can hold the slide, pop the slide catch out, and it comes off, comes apart just like a 1911. Then you have a barrel bushing in the front, take the barrel out, everything's very simple. Reassembly is pretty easy, as long as you find that link. There you go. And then your E-clip, you want to close your E-clip. You're done. Pistol. Once again, half-cock is the way to go with these. Some people carry them condition 3. I know that every Israeli is dead and the world has been completely depopulated because carrying condition 3 is suicidal. Nonetheless, some people do carry condition 3. It's just not the current thing to do. This is an M57. This is the Yugoslavian variant of the TT, the Tokarev. And the primary difference is that it has a 9-round magazine. The magazine is longer. It is 9 rounds instead of 8 rounds, so you have 9 plus 1 or a 10-round capacity. Again, single stack, very narrow, very thin pistols. Okay, excellent functioning firearms. They're simplified 1911s. They just do the job. Okay, as they come, this one I have not removed the magazine safety. As they come, there's a magazine safety. You can remove that. There's videos online. And then magazine inserted, the trigger can be pulled. Again, half cock. This one has the manual safety that was mandated for import, which is very dodgy and I do not like. However, recently, and you can get these with the standard Tokarevs or the Yugoslavian, because now you can find Romanian ones like this, they have done a trigger safety. This is a little Glock dongle trigger safety, so that the hammer can't go down unless you actually have your finger on the trigger. That counts as an import safety. Makes this into a much easier to acquire in proper running condition firearm. I prefer the Yugoslavian ones. I think they're built a little bit better. I like the sights a little bit better, and I like the longer grip. However, the magazines for the standard Tokarev are easily available for about $9 still. These are more like 20 or 30 from Zastava. All right, ugly gun, right? Just ugly. There's a lot of stuff you can do to one if you have one that you want to do stuff to. Like they left this all rounded instead of scalloping it out. I have one with walnut grips. I replaced the grips with checkered walnut. It's fantastic. You can there's plenty of meat here in the metal. You can redo the dovetails if you want. I have cut new dovetails for a friend's slide, and that worked out really well. That worked out really well. That's about it. You can also do compensators. There's a guy who makes bushings that are compensators, stuff like that. You can actually, there is a little bit of aftermarket for these. It is roughly equivalent to carrying a 1911 with a couple extra rounds. You know, you get your 10 rounds. When you draw, you're going to have to cock it. That's just life. Unless you are really comfortable carrying fully cocked with no really good manual safety. I don't know, that's up to you. I'm not. I don't mind the half cock thing. I know that it's not super duper combat appropriate, but this is the middle of a pandemic and this is just what you can get. And in a lot of cases, this is just what you can get so you can go shooting and save your defensive ammo because you already own 9mm. These are still in the $270 to $350 range. Very good buy. Fantastic guns. I love them. They shoot very well. They are very accurate. They shoot like all day. It's a very robust design. Like I said, it's kind of a simplified copy of a 1911 with some high power genetics in there. Lovely pistol. Those are your main options. We're done. Those are your main options for the pandemic. Stuff that I have researched. You can still get 7.62x39 ammo for your SKS. If you want an AK, get an AK. SKSs are affordable, $350, $400. 7.62x25 Tokarev is widely available online. It may not be so widely available at your local gun store, but none of this stuff is right now. Very good, functional, very reliable, robust pistols. These are good, reliable guns. They're just single stack, single action, 9, 10 round guns. That's the only downside. They're extremely thin. They're actually really easy to conceal. If you want to conceal a full-size pistol, these things are less than an inch thick. It's kind of amazing. 9mm Makarov. CZ82 is a fully modern pistol platform. As far as that goes, the only thing it lacks is a rail, and I'm sure you could weld one on if you wanted to. Not a bad choice if you want to carry a double stack 9mm-ish thing. 13 rounds of ammo, 12 plus 1, single action, double action, ambidextrous safety, great gun. Pocket pistol of choice, P64, again 9mm Makarov. It is not as comfortable to shoot for most people. If you are a wimpy American, just be aware that the recoil is a little bit harsh. This is kind of like trying to shoot 9mm out of a Kel-Tec, except better. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as a Kel-Tec, but it is that kind of small, heavy recoil, and these are also extremely thin and easy to conceal. This is your pocket pistol option. 9mm Makarov, again, is the cheapest option out there right now, 22 cents a round. A lot of it is steel case. Who cares? It's modern production, steel case, non-corrosive. We're done. And these are your options for the pandemic if you want to buy Cold War surplus weapons with available, currently imported, currently available ammunition. Have a good one.